If there's one thing I love in winter, spring, summer or autumn, it's curry. And if there's another thing I love, it's making up my own spice mixtures. One of my favourite concoctions is Garam Masala. It takes its name from the Indian words garam, meaning hot, and masala, meaning spices. And although you can buy this ready-made, there's no comparison with the mixture you do yourself. It's very easy too. I start by putting some ingredients in a dry frying pan. I use the seeds from 4 or 5 cardamom pods, a couple of teaspoons of coriander seeds, a couple of teaspoons of cumin seed, and a teaspoon of black peppercorns, 6 or 7 cloves, and I break up a stick of cinnamon. These are gently toasted over medium heat to help release their aromas and make them easy to grind. Now, although there are those who say each spice should be toasted separately, I find this is much quicker and still works well. After a couple of minutes, when the aroma is just bliss, I grate in some nutmeg. About half a nutmeg, quite a bit. Then I transfer the mixture to a mortar and give it a good grinding. You could also use a very clean coffee grinder for this. I usually make a large amount when I do this because garam masala does keep for several weeks in an airtight container. Once a fine powder is achieved, I strain it. Invariably, there'll be large pieces left behind. And the garam masala is ready. Now, the dish I'm going to prepare today is the Consuming Passion's Chicken Masala, not to be confused with Chicken Masala, which is an Italian dish and uses sweet wine. The chicken pieces I use are on the bone. The best cuts are the thigh or the drumstick, and I buy them skinless, of course, to reduce the general amount of fat in the dish. These are lightly tossed in a couple of teaspoons of turmeric, and then they're browned in a small amount of oil. Just a couple of minutes each side. Then they're removed. Next, in the same pan, I saute that other classic mixture of ingredients, which I call ongajin: onion, garlic, and ginger. And while they're softening, I'll prepare some fresh herbs. Some coriander, which I chop, and some mint. Now, there's an optional extra I use in this dish, and it's this, the tamarind. I know it looks like a mouse, but it's actually a fruit. Not easy to find in this form, but you can get it processed. It's a fruit that is actually quite tart. The flesh surrounds the tamarind's seeds, and just one of these is all I need. I soak the flesh in a little hot water and allow to stand. Now, to make up a sauce, to the ongajin mixture, I add a couple of teaspoons of fenugreek powder. Fenugreek seeds are very hard to grind at home. Some chili sauce. I like to use a Thai chili sauce for this. I don't make it too hot, but serve chili on the side for people who like their curries really fiery. A generous quantity of garam masala. And now some liquids, some chicken stock, or you could use vegetable stock. I strain in the optional tamarind water. If I don't have this, I either squeeze in a little lime juice or lemon juice, a little coconut cream. Then I add the chicken pieces. And finally, the herbs. Once all the ingredients have settled in, I partially cover the dish, turn down the heat, and allow it to simmer at that very gentle bloop, bloop for around 45 minutes. I like to serve this delightful curry dish on a bed of steamed or boiled rice. Those chicken pieces seasoned with cinnamon, cloves, coriander, chili, and a host of other things, garnished with some more coriander and a little sprinkling of lightly toasted peanuts. And the chicken masala is complete, almost. A wine I'd recommend an Australian Chardonnay, wooded, of course. From Consuming Passions, bon appetit.